everybody? Welcome to Hungar's Thursday evening live stream. Just here to chill out and see what's going on. We'll talk about whatever comes up. I hope that everybody is doing fantastic tonight. And I threw some invites out there to see if anybody's actually going to, come and watch me or hang out with me or whatever. Then I will get a message from somebody. Bear is literally heading out the door to go grocery shopping, so he is not going to be able to join, which is okay. You know, people got to eat, people got to get groceries. Curtis Thompson, how you doing, buddy?
So I'll be here as long as it takes for my buddy to come pick me up, okay? Because that's how much I
Oh,
respect you, brother.
that's fine. I mean, I wasn't going to say anything about it because people got to eat.
Yeah,
People need groceries.
more importantly
you
than
know?
me getting to eat, my cats need cat food, and they'll eat me if they don't have cat food. So
That is true, and you're out of cat treats too,
I'm out of cat treats too. I got to go get some of them, otherwise they're going to murder me
and you're asleep and then eat you.
and then eat me. Exactly. That's exactly what's going to happen. Oh, my buddy just sent me a message. Hang on. He's here. All right, I got to go. Sorry, buddy.
Later, buddy.
If I get
have fun shopping.
I'll stop in, but you only tend to do an hour, so yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
It just depends on how it's going tonight. Curtis, I threw a link up there if you want to jump in, or anybody who doesn't want to go full frontal on my show can hop in. Yeah. But besides that, not a lot is going on. Curtis is on his way home. That's awesome. I hope you had a good day. Let's see. Who should I call? Probably Shadwell. Let's call Shadwell, see where he's at. He's probably taking a nap, but I still like to call him and be like, yo, man, where you at? Why ain't you on my stream? It's ringing. His voicemail is in Spanish.
Hey, what's up?
What are you doing, dude?
Chores, I guess you'd say?
You know I stream at 5 o'clock on Thursday.
No, I didn't know actually what time.
Oh, it's been 5 o'clock every time I've done it. Get your butt into stream.
All right. Just give me a second.
A slacker.
Slacker? No, I actually have shit I have to do from time to time. And, I'll be there. Are you live now?
I'm live now.
Of course you are. All right.
Right.
Later.
Now we'll call my brother. He won't answer though. He never answers. Let's see. See, told you he wouldn't answer. My brother never answers. Mobius, how you doing? So, in case you haven't heard, Bears Heroic game, he's got a live launch tomorrow. And, to help people out and to, promote his stuff, because I like to promote people that I know. The 20th supporter on his Heroic game tomorrow gets to pick any Hungar t-shirt from my t-shirt collection, and they get that for free. And all they got to do is send me a message on Discord with the one they want and the size, and I will buy it and ship it out to them. And you can pick the color too. So you get a T-shirt. It's $25 for the live thing, or it's $25 for the minimum, and that's Canadian or something like that. It's $25 to get the PDF for Heroic. So if you do the $25 Heroic and you're the 20th person to do it, you get to pick any Hungar t-shirt, and the average costs $22. So you get a t-shirt and the Heroic pretty much for $3. Or Heroic for $3 and a t-shirt. Or any way you want to look at it. It's a decent deal. And you know what? Mobius, are you on my brother's Discord? Hi, Shadow.
Hey, what's up?
Thursday night live stream. I do an evening live stream, so people in the morning who don't get to watch can actually watch us. Okay, Mobius.
Where's Justin?
I don't know. Mobius, whose Discord are you on? Because I'm on like 15 different Discords.
I think he's on mine.
If you're on Shadwell's, I will find you on Shadwell's Discord. So, or you can find me on Shadwell's Discord. Whoever wins, whoever becomes the 20th freaking supporter on Bears Heroic, we will figure out how to get a hold of me, and I will get that shipped off to you.
Yeah, I'm going a little bit higher than $25.
Well, of course you are, Mr. Moneybags.
No, I gotta be immortalized in his book. Just
yeah, you want your own superhero.
I know I want two, me and the boy. You think I would go into a dungeon without my boy?
Yeah, I don't think so, because you would send him first to find all the traps.
Whoa. No, that's my gig. But definitely need someone to turn the undead.
I figured you'd use him as like a trap monkey.
Nope, no test hobbit.
Zero sugar cherry wine.
Is that what you're drinking?
Yeah, it's a soft drink, made in the Carolinas. It's good stuff.
I never heard of it. Sounds good.
Because it's pretty much a southern drink. Southern, like all the southern town or city or states. A lot of the southern states have their own sodas. Like Kentucky has L81, which is kind of a ginger ale.
I love ginger ale.
And its nickname is a late one. Now here in Tennessee, we have Dr. Enough, which is a herbal soda, which is actually good for you. And
how is it good for you?
It's made with all natural herbs. It's herbal soda. It tastes like carbonated herbal tea.
Okay.
And then the Carolinas, they have cherry wine. It's like each state has like its own soda, which is kind of neat. I was Double D. How you doing, buddy? Bear, the Gen X GM, he's got a live stream going on. Tomorrow, he's going live with his heroic game. And the 20th person who backs it gets a free Hungar t-shirt of any of my shirts. And I will present my shirts for the people who haven't seen them. So let's see. We've got the classic Elon Musk.
That's a good one.
You know, we've got
I've got that one. It finally
everybody.
reappeared. That one finally reappeared.
Everybody's favorite, the Hungar the Starvarian.
No, somebody in my house does not like that one.
We've got this one, which a lot of people love. It is Pepe the Frog, as the Dune Navigator. That is a big one. Then we got another shirt that a lot of people love.
Jackie's got that one.
Yeah, my high school picture. A lot of people have that shirt. A lot of people have that shirt. That's like one of my. I think that's my best selling shirt.
Which one? The Afro?
Actually, no. My Hungar is the best selling shirt.
Yeah, that's the classic.
Then we got another Hungar.
Yeah, that's the one I would pick.
We got another Hungar shirt right here. You can see me over here chilling with the ladies because that's what Hungar does. And then we got this goofy shirt. Hungar killing the snake.
That's a good one too. That face is just classic, dude.
Yeah. And then we got a couple of them that are just silly.
Like go up to the aliens one. I think I got to get that one for Raven. It's aliens.
Yeah, and this one I like that I came up with this one. It's not appropriate, but it's a woman, meditating, and it says, "Remember, Bukkake is technically a baby shower."
Yeah,
because it's true. Bukkake is technically a baby shower.
Yeah, it's so gross.
Do all things with kindness, you fucker. I got a straight pride t-shirt because,
Yeah.
if they're allowed to have pride, I'm allowed to have pride. And here you go with the straight pride t-shirt. It's a thumbs up with all the different shades of black and white and grays. So there you go. But I've got, here's another classic. People kind of like this one. If you're into older 80s vampire movies, you got Lost Boys, all of their pictures with missing and where they're from. I mean, I do have like 2 pages worth of t-shirts. So here's the one that Justin Thor made that I thought was, hilarious. And I've actually got this sticker on the back of my car.
Yeah, I wasn't the original version with Victor in the middle.
No.
Okay.
There's 2 versions.
One would be funny.
There's that one, and then there's this one. So yeah, whoever gets the 20th sub or the 20th supporter for Bears game gets to go onto I will send a link to my TeePublic site, and they can go on there and pick Any t-shirt, like the girl with the blue hair that says, if you had to choose between a sex robot or a liberal, what color hair would your robot have? Or don't kill yourself. That's low key not good for you. No cap.
What's the cat one?
The cat one. What are you doing in my litter box? This one is wrong, but I thought it was funny, so I made this. If I had $1 every time for every racist joke I told, I'd probably get robbed by a black guy. I find it's fucked up, but I find it funny. And Double D, thank you for ordering the steak shirt, man. Double D's the best.
You know what? I don't get to watch the show as much as I'd like to because of timing.
I make time to watch Double D. You know, it's like Double D is Double D. I was on his show once, and you know, I was on his show. I was on his show with my brother. I was on his show with my brother once. Oh, Double D. Here's the link if you want to jump onto my show and be on the best YouTuber show. I mean,
yeah, if you got time to, spare, come on in and hang out with a bunch of weirdos.
Tell us about what you got going on in your life. But yeah, I always take time to go on to Double D. I always got to throw him a couple of bucks because you know what? I want his show to keep going because I really like the stuff that he talks about. And you know, he's just a solid base dude, man.
We don't have enough of them.
No, we really don't. It's like God, we don't. It's like I am just waiting for the day I get canceled.
Canceled?
Yeah, I'm just waiting for the day I get canceled. Somebody's gonna watch one of my shows, and they're gonna be like, "Holy shit! Did you hear the stuff that this idiot talks about?" Deleted. Get rid of him. Get rid of him. He's right wing and he supports Trump, and you know he believes in Christian values, and you know so.
Dude, I'll get canceled way before you.
Well, I'm glad you're going back to work Monday, and I know it's gonna suck, but it's good at the same time. I would love to be able to go back to work. Wow, my viewers just dropped from 6 to 1.
How is that possible? Maybe you got canceled.
Maybe I got canceled. Maybe they saw my t-shirts and they're like, you know what? That if I had $1 for every racist joke I told, I'd probably get robbed by a black guy joke. Probably didn't go over very well. Is today the day that I get canceled?
Hell no. Can't cancel the Hungar.
Oh, you can. They can cancel the Hungar.
No, they can't. I won't let them.
Hey, is anybody still there? Did I get canceled? What happened, Mobius? Did you come back?
Well, hey, let's get the viewer count to 0. Why don't you guys hit the link and come on in here?
I don't think I've ever seen Mobius on a stream.
I don't know either. Maybe over on Bruce's channel.
And Double D said he's got dinner coming up, and I'm not going to pressure anybody on to come in on my show. So
yeah, I gotta make dinner too. Fried chicken tonight.
You know, I had Chinese food for lunch, and I'm full. My ribs last night turned out great.
Of course they do.
They turned out, yeah. It's like, but I went and got a Chinese lunch special of sesame chicken and a couple egg rolls today. So I had a good lunch, and I am still full from that. So later on tonight, if I get hungry, I will throw a pizza in the oven or make a sandwich. Sausage and peppers from Mrs. D's Cooking. That sounds fantastic, Double D.
That does sound good.
Yeah.
We actually have sausage every other week.
I have sausage pretty much every day for breakfast when I get up and make
Well, yeah,
breakfast.
breakfast. I was talking, like kielbasa or something like that.
I get a lot of times I buy some smoked sausage. Smoked sausage and eggs are just good, in my opinion.
Mhm.
But then again, I get the spicy breakfast sausage. But I eat a lot of eggs because that's one of the things that my body will digest.
Yeah, we don't do a lot of eggs, but since we're doing Lent, which is the first time I've ever done that, we've got to come up with non-meat alternatives, and that's one that we came up with.
Hey, look at this guy right here.
Hey, what's
Hello.
happening, James?
Brother.
Avenger.
Man, I freaking hate art so much.
I saw you dying a lot today.
Oh, yeah, that's what I do. My frog Pepe got killed too.
Yeah.
I got jumped by two. I was hopping through the air, and somehow two freaking swamp gators got me.
Yeah, they can jump.
Oh,
Not
Double
only can
D.
they jump, but any creature under a certain size, they can grab and run off with.
Yeah, they grabbed and ran off with me. I was getting attacked by two of those gators and a piranha at the same damn time.
Yeah, Capasuchus.
I hate them.
I actually got something today I've never seen in the game before.
Herpes?
No, I
That
don't
would
think that's
definitely
in
be
the
something.
game.
I mean, unless
I
you're
don't think
playing
that's
like
in the
Leisure
game.
Suit Larry or something.
What did you get today?
A giant newt.
A newt?
Yeah, giant newt.
Did you get better?
I was gonna say that, but
She turned me into a newt.
Oh, okay. I was like, what the? No, this newt, you can't put a saddle on it, but if you ride it in the water, it increases your O2 by like a lot.
Nice.
Yeah. So,
Can
and
you
I'm
believe
trying
that
to get a female frog so I can start breeding frogs.
Double D just bought my snake t-shirt?
Oh, nice. Because
hey, what game are you guys talking about for the audience at home?
Arc. I've
Arc.
already got 2 male frogs, 3 female allosauruses, 2 female freaking T-Rexes. It's like, finding a male of anything is
I'm going to run up to his house and steal some dinosaurs.
I don't think so.
I'm
I've
going
got-
to ride off on one of those T-Rexes.
Why? So you could get killed like you get every other thing killed?
Hey, I haven't got the gator killed.
Anyway, so I just made a video about why every version of D&D after TSR is not actually D&D. It's a different game. And why you should spend your money with Free League, because they're just an all-around better company that actually doesn't post shit hating on their own customers.
Bear is going live with Heroic tomorrow.
With what?
His game Heroic that he put out.
Oh, that's cool.
So I decided that the 20th person who backs his game gets a free Hungar t-shirt.
Is that like supposed to make people want to back his game?
You know what? Double D just bought one of my t-shirts.
Yeah, but
You got to admit that I've got a lot of cool t-shirts. You wear my shirts all the time.
I am actually currently wearing the Dune shirt with
The Pepe the Frog. See, that's a big one. You and Bruce Lombardo love that shirt.
Well, because it's got Pepe the Frog.
Yeah, and who put that shirt out?
I don't know who come up with that.
Hey, who put it on a t-shirt? I did. That's all that matters.
Right.
I'm actually wearing, if I lift up my beard, you can see
Your Hungar
me.
shirt. I am putting the things they put on the back of tanks so that they can go over trenches better on my Lehman Russ tanks.
I'm drinking zero sugar cherry wine.
Right. See that? See that
Yeah.
thing? Yeah. So when they go down and then they climb up, it helps slide them over until they can keep going.
Yeah. And bro, you gotta admit everything is better than Wizards of the Coast.
Well, yeah, because even though we had okay fun, I guess, playing 3rd edition.
We had a lot of fun playing 3.5.
Yeah, but that was the group. It had nothing to do with the game.
Yeah, and we could have been playing any game because when we played other
What's
games,
up, Melody?
when we played Mech Warrior role playing, we had a lot of fun playing that.
Right. That's what I'm saying. You know,
It wouldn't have mattered the system that we were playing at the time. We would have had a good time because we had a great party.
yeah, we had a great party at that time. That's a fact. A lot of good guys. But no, freaking YouTube recently put out a video about tabletop role playing, and it was really just all about 5th edition. And one of the people they put in their stupid video was Jenny D.
Oh, Jesus.
And that kind of makes me be all like, really? I mean, it's not that I have any particular hatred of Jenny D. It's
I'm just not a
that
simp.
Jenny D doesn't know shit about playing D&D. She's been playing D&D less than a year. So,
Well, what I gotta say about Jenny D is I'm not a simp. So I mean, she doesn't know
Exactly.
shit. So I'm not gonna watch her shit just because she's
because your mom didn't raise a simp,
yeah, because she's not even hot. She's mid.
very mid. But in addition to that, and I mean, sitting here talking bad about the girl, it's like if Jenny D's name was Johnny D, she wouldn't be near as popular as she is.
No, absolutely.
And
Yeah.
everybody knows it. Everybody knows it. So the fact that YouTube, which already favors certain creators over others, is throwing her yet more clout. It's just like, really? You know? Really? This person doesn't know anything about
Jenny D would be cuter if she would fix her stupid hair.
Well, she's married apparently and all that, so that's good
Yeah,
for her, I
but
guess.
but still, if she'd fix her stupid hair and just actually learn the freaking game.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like
What do you
how do you make a video talking about how you're burnt out from playing D&D and you've only played D&D a year?
Yeah.
I
Well,
mean,
To be
it's
honest, it might be going on 2 years, but one, if you're starting out, and sticking with one system, you've got to go bounce around. Speaking of bouncing, you've got to try other stuff. You've got to
bounce
run
around
things.
from
You've got to play
community
things.
you found the mother
You
load.
can't just
Yep.
you can't just one and done. One edition. That's all you're doing, and one genre, and that's all you're doing. To be a true master, you have to try it all.
Double D has hit the nail on the head with
See,
Jenny D.
I hate to disagree with you, Shadow, but for the longest time, the only game we played was AD&D.
Same here.
And
Decade.
I never got burned out of it.
Oh, I wasn't talking about burned out. I was talking about being a master.
You know what the hell you're talking about, as opposed to being a green-haired chick online that a bunch of simps follow. Yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah, no, yeah. I was just talking about being a master.
sure
And I was,
the
believe it or not, I
Gen-
was actually
Gen-
quoting
get
Gary
pissed
Gygax
off
himself.
about this video if they ever see it, but
Mhm.
I won't get pissed off, and I'm going to watch it in a little bit.
no, I mean your video, because I'm on here talking smack.
Well, who cares if people get pissed off on my video? I will never be monetized. And I've got a core group of people who watch me and find me slightly entertaining. Double D thinks that I'm the best YouTuber. So, I'm cool with that. And that's all that matters.
You're a good YouTuber. I think Double D's the best YouTuber.
So do I.
Sorry, I'm gonna have to disagree with both of you and think that Salty Cracker is the best YouTuber.
Well, we're talking about gaming, though.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You can't start bringing in everyone else.
Well,
Salty Cracker is a damn good YouTuber, and also Razor Fist.
yeah. Did you see him this morning?
Who, Razor Fist or Salty Cracker?
Well, both. But yeah, Razor put out
I
a new
saw the
video.
Salty Cracker one where everybody's throwing a fit about that person lighting themselves on fire.
I think that was yesterday's video.
Yeah, they went and stood in front of the Israeli embassy or some shit and lit themselves on fire with kerosene or something.
And everybody's like, who cares?
Because that's definitely like, it's like, you know, you're not some Buddhist dude in the middle of Saigon in 1968. No one gives
That is exactly what I said yesterday.
And the
John?
Buddhists in Saigon in 1968, they at least had a reason for being all pissed off. And that was because the government we had installed in Vietnam was super pro-Catholic and was oppressing the Buddhists. You know what I mean? So the Buddhists are all like, F this shit. You know what I mean? I'll light myself on fire to prove a point, right?
John, I sent a link.
You don't what?
I sent Yo Geek a link in Discord.
I didn't
So,
win
John-
the scenario. I just got frustrated with me being. You're not crap. I hear nothing but good stuff about your DMing.
Now he was playing Might and Magic.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, depending
Which
on
one?
which one you're playing, that game can be. What's up, Gene? How you doing? But
Gene, evening.
and don't worry about Double D. I only say it because I think it's true.
Yeah. If I thought you were crap, trust me, I would straight up say that.
Oh, look
you,
at that
dude. He's crap.
beard! Look at that
oh,
beard!
God,
Where have I
thought
been?
I thought we
Have
were
a good one, Double D.
Ted
How have I
Kaczynski is
missed that?
visiting us from the grave. What the hell?
And enjoy Mrs. D's cooking, buddy.
Oh, sausage and freaking peppers.
Holy
Come on.
shit.
Yeah.
It's Ted Kaczynski back from the dead.
Ted Kaczynski. Have you ever read his manifesto?
No.
He had a.
It
point.
was a,
That's
he
all
had
I'm
a-
going to say. He had a point. I'm not going to say blowing people up is a good idea, but what he was saying about technology and its effects on humanity, dude had a point.
he had a point. He had a good point. He didn't go about it the right way, but he did have a point.
I missed the last 30 seconds of conversation, so I accidentally had YouTube running at the same time. So I was hearing everybody talk over each other over and over and over.
Oh,
In my
sorry.
ear, so- Good evening,
Shadow
fellas.
said you look like Ted Kaczynski. And I was just saying that he went about the wrong way, but he had a point if you actually read his
Well, that was me
manifesto.
playing Might and Magic just now. I just went about everything the wrong way. I had a point in what I was doing, but I was just playing badly.
You
Right.
see, you play Might and
Yeah.
Magic the way I play art. I get pissed off and I say, fuck this shit. And I log off.
Hey, John,
Art-
which one are you
Yeah.
playing? Which
It was just
version
the
are you
original one. Heroes of Might and Magic, the strategy game.
Art
Gotcha.
goes out of its way to screw you, though. It's actually programmed that the better you do in the game, the harder the game gets. So it's not like you can just make your house and tame up a couple things and be like, "Look at me, I'm doing great," because
No.
It learns. The
It
AI
learns
isn't
and
great on
comes
Heroes
to
of
get
Might and
you.
Magic. It's just that my AI was worse.
Well, it happens, man.
Yeah, art pisses me off. Like on the daily, I log on. I'm like, let's play some art. And then about 30 minutes later, I'm logging on and saying, why the fuck do I do this to myself?
Yep.
What you vaping on there?
Nerds. That
Well,
shit-
mine is called Geek Bar. So yeah, it's nerdy.
that should have
Well,
given you
that's,
crinkly lungs.
That's made by a company called Geek Vape.
Oh.
Is that a Voopoo? Is that a Voopoo? No. Oh no, it's Zeus. It's a Zeus tank. I'm not sure on the maker
Yeah.
of the mod.
And it's Pineapple coconut spiced rum.
Ooh, ooh.
So
My
y'all, you're going to be playing a drunk game soon, huh?
Yeah. It was my channel's 3rd anniversary this week, and it's Mage's Musings
Congrats.
2nd anniversary, I think, in a
Nice.
few weeks' time. So last time we had a big one of the anniversaries, we played Drinking Quest online.
Yeah. Squirrel Hermit played with you guys. That was hilarious.
He did, yeah. Squirrel Hermit really got into it. I was
Squirrel's
sensible and
great.
was drinking beer. You were super chatty, making me down beers.
Yes, I was.
Saxius was playing with rum and coke. Mage's Musings, he was playing with whiskey.
He was
And-
playing with maple whiskey, the Canadian.
And Squirrel Hermit was playing with absolutely every type of alcohol you could imagine. It was beer, spirits, beer, more spirits, and yeah, he just got well into it. It was good.
I might play with you guys. I might
I'll
play
have to
with
see
you
how
guys this time.
Well, there were 4 seats for the first game, and hopefully he's Mage has got a scenario set up with 6 seats. So we shall see. We'll see how many seats. It depends on what he can get. Depends on what he can get. I mean,
I had a beer the other day. I went out to Mexican, had fajitas, and I drank a beer.
Are you even supposed
you-
to though?
What's it gonna do? Kill me?
Yeah. Yes. That's the answer. Yes.
Like everything else. So
life kills you nowadays.
yeah.
Well, I mean, that's true.
Pretty soon, I'm going to get burned at the stake for being a Christian male heterosexual. So, I mean,
Oh,
shit.
jeez. Anyway, so Free League, probably the best game company out there, honestly. I mean,
Currently
it's still
making-
in operation.
Currently making stuff, yeah, probably.
Yeah.
And their customer service is just top notch.
Yeah.
And I know that, and this could be something useful for you to know, John. My buddy Rob from Rob's Game Group, he sent
Mhm.
them an email and was like, "Hey, I've got a YouTube channel with X amount of subscribers. I'd really like to do a review on Aliens," and they sent him all the Alien stuff for free. And
Ooh.
you've got enough subscribers that you might be able to like hit those guys up and be like, "Hey,
maybe. And I've already spent a fair bit of money with them.
right."
In the last year or so.
What do they
See,
put
I
out?
would do it, but I've already bought all their stuff pretty much. So it's like
The
You
stuff
know?
from there, I've bought Vassen and I've bought the One Ring. I've got a couple of One Ring things. I've got a One Ring Kickstarter that's hopefully coming fairly soon.
Moria?
Moria.
The map for the One Ring is fantastic.
everything Free League puts out is amazing. I mean,
presentation's
quality
really good,
wise, art wise, it's top
Mm.
notch. It's not made in China. It's made in like Estonia or Latvia or something like that.
The books are really solid, really
They're
solidly
really
put together.
solid. And if you like Lord of the Rings and you can't get your hands on MERPs and all those old MERPs stuff, well, the One Ring is an option.
Very much so.
Like
And
the
I
Lone
would say-
Lands. I've got the Lone Lands. I've got the one that's got the town of Feldergrast or whatever. And they're all good. It's good stuff.
I love Middle Earth role playing. I love Middle Earth role playing.
You know what? The system for the One Ring is actually pretty good.
It is, yeah.
You got a target number, you roll some dice 6 and a die 12, and you try to be a target number. But if it comes up a 12, you automatically beat it. But if
Yeah.
it comes up a 1, then the Eye of Sauron has seen you and something bad happens.
Absolutely. And bad
Which is
happens.
fantastic.
So
I like when there's a chance for bad stuff.
it really does capture that feel.
Yep.
Of Lord of the Rings. And it even the character like professions, you can be like a scout,
A
freaking
warden,
burglar,
a scholar, that
a
sort of thing.
scholar. Yeah, I mean it's like it's a good game.
Yeah.
I mean, my favorite fantasy game from them is Dragonbane, but One Ring is a great game, and I've heard nothing but great stuff about Forbidden Lands.
I people keep talking about that one, and I very nearly picked it up at the Games Expo, but last year over here. But I'd already spent too much money. Gingerbeard will attest to that. So I met the Gingerbeard at the Games Expo, and we wandered around, and he watched me spend silly amounts of money.
Oh, nice. Or
Then he's got. Yeah. Then when it was time to go, I mean, he scuttled off at about 5 o'clock. He said, "I'm just going to go and do a little bit of browsing to buy some stuff for the wife or something." And he went straight to a miniatures place and splashed out too much money on expensive miniatures. I know he did that for a fact.
What do you do? Go to a Games Workshop store?
I think it was one of these specialist miniatures companies, and he'd seen some miniatures that he thought would be useful. So, but I think they were something like £15 a pack for just a couple of miniatures. It was
well, I was looking at some hassle-free miniatures just the other day.
I'm looking at some cobblestone right now.
Now that I'm up in my attic, I'm actually sat quite close to some of my miniature collection. It's nowhere near as good as yours.
I have heard that Otherworld Miniatures is going out of business.
Nice.
Which makes me sad because
it's only part painted, but
look at that. That's cool. Because he makes the miniatures that look exactly like the art from the AD&D Player's Handbook. And I hate to see him go out of business, but
hey, Dean, send me that recipe.
Part painted stone giant.
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah,
I don't recognize those. Who makes those?
Those are Reaper Bones.
Oh, okay. You know what? I might have the dragon, but I stay away from the white plastic bones. I'll buy the bones black, and they're metal miniatures, some of the best ever made. I actually finished about a dozen metal minis from Reaper this month.
Yeah, I saw you post.
I've backed their last few Kickstarters, so I've just had whatever's come with those, plus a few extra add-on packs.
I just got some of these bad boys. They're cannons, but they're made in glow in the dark plastic. They've got a deal right now, 10 of these cannons for $20. So
for ghost ship, maybe.
Or maybe like I'm thinking of putting them in a fortification on like a coastal fort that's inhabited by undead, and the folks in my nautical campaign are going to have to send some adventurers up there to take out the cannons because they're devastating their ship because of whatever it is they're firing.
Cannons do.
Yep.
But no, I'll just show you around my attic. My painting stuff is over there. I need to get all that out. Haven't used it very much recently because I need new glasses and my eyesight's pretty bad.
Right.
So that's sort of sat in the corner. I've got dartboard.
Of course, you got a dartboard. You're in the UK.
So you just use darts instead of dice for those really crucial decisions.
Can you see the pocket from a pool table just there, just sticking out?
Oh no, I was thinking of something that was Scottish.
But,
what are you thinking about? Football. What are you thinking about? Shopping. That was
Train spotting. Where they're all happy because they got Iggy Pop tickets.
Yeah.
Which I'd be happy if I had Iggy Pop tickets too.
Hey, Cal, if that's true, I think I might know a buyer.
Otherworld is trying to find a buyer. Oh man, if I ever hit the lotto, I always said if I had a bunch of money, I would buy Otherworld, and then I would have most of the miniatures converted to plastic, like a hard plastic. You know, like drop a few $100,000 on some plastic injection molding machines, and just start cranking the pig-faced orcs out and selling them in boxes of 30.
I
Stuff
tend to
like
break
that.
the metal ones are a bit fragile for me. I'm clumsy.
Right. I just prefer to work with plastic.
I'm metal all the way.
Some people like metal, but for me, because I do so much modification of my miniatures, metal is a real pain in the ass.
It's
But
my
I've
latest
got,
metal that I'm working on.
see,
Very nice.
He
for
modded
me,
the hell out.
setup would be so difficult, right?
Yeah,
Whereas
you modded
I've
the
got-
hell out of my Hungar mini.
Right. Like right here, I've got waiting to be painted female duck thief, right? But since I printed two of them off, I cut the arms off of this one and I put halfling bow arms on her. So now I've got a thief and I've also got a scout or a warrior with a bow.
Yep.
You know, so with metal, it's so difficult to do those kind of weapon swaps and head swaps, and which I don't think anyone's playing a female duck in our upcoming game, but I decided to make one anyway.
Because it's cool.
Just in case. I'm pretty sure that the person who always plays a shorty is going to play a shorty. I'm pretty sure she already said she wants to be a shorty.
I'm going to play me.
You're going to play a dwarf.
Mm-hmm.
It's a kind of a shorty. Otherworld, generally speaking, Kyle, has always been really good to me as far as getting the stuff to me on a relatively decent time frame. I don't know if you're having a long. I mean, I'm not going to assume you're having a long time with it. Maybe you're just waiting, but usually a couple of weeks. You know,
Miniatures.
Nice.
Right.
That's the way you store them.
That was one of the Bones Kickstarters that I haven't got around to sorting out yet.
Yeah, I've never. Contact Richard Scott at Otherworld. I have never had a problem getting their stuff, and I literally have enough Otherworld miniatures to field armies for like Oathmark and stuff.
Yeah.
Like
But
if
you
I
got
want-
enough
if I want
miniatures.
to build a pig-faced orc army for Oathmark, I can do it.
Bro,
I've got
nobody has as many miniatures as you have.
no, a lot of people do, but
Yeah, gaming companies.
what happened is
Yeah,
now
Cal's
and
got the
then-
biggest collection out there.
every now and then Otherworld Miniatures will do like a 50% off sell, and that's when I hit them up. You know, like the one time when they did 50% off orcs riding boars, and so I bought 10 of those bastards. Yeah, and because hey, it was the price of 5, so why wouldn't you? And who doesn't like pig-faced orcs riding boar hogs? That's just kind of cool.
Absolutely.
You know?
Pig-faced orcs are the best orcs.
But I do have a lot about Baltec figures. That's a fact. A lot of you may have even seen the little short I did where I showed off my 890 something mechs.
Last time I was on stream with you, I asked you where you kept all your miniatures, and you proceeded to then fetch about 50 boxes out from your cupboards and wave them all around.
All of this.
All
So
along
this
there, yes.
one is actually mostly games. Like the whole top shelf here is Conan 2x20 books. And then down here is a good mix of other games. But these two are minis. And then you can't really see it, but if I do like this, you see those shelves up there that are painted like stone gray on top of these? That's all minis. And then I just installed this last weekend. And then these are all magnetized, so they just stick to the side of that metal thing. Up there, I just got in my People's Army of Vietnam, so NVA and U.S. Army box sets. I already have Viet Cong and Marines.
His garage has 4 big shelves full of games and minis.
And then I have a garage that has floor-to-ceiling shelves along one wall. That's just full of boxes. But I've been thinking about, honestly, I've given a lot of it away. I gave Hungar's ex-wife hundreds and hundreds of WizKid figures.
And they use them 3-4 times a week. They think it's the best thing
Yeah,
ever.
WizKids does make some good minis.
That's what should
I
happen.
gave the basic expert a whole German army for bolt action. And I gave Holy Diver, who is now the angry geek or whatever. I gave him a couple, at least a box of the Warlord Games Macedonians, like the army box that had like 100 figures in it. I've been giving away stuff.
That's what you do, bro. You buy games and you buy minis and you keep them for a while, and then you say, "I'm never going to use these, so I'm going."
When I realize I'm never going to use
and it works out great for me.
Yeah. Well, what about this one? You think I'll ever use that one?
Oh no, but you're going to keep it.
That's Sakura. I don't know what movie she's from, but I'm not.
She
done
sits there
taking
looking
that.
nice.
Yeah, 3D printed that. I still need to finish up her skin and figure out how to paint eyes.
I got this one from.
Oh, you got Lady Death, right? Is that Lady?
No,
that's
no.
Vampirella.
Vampirella, yeah.
That's my girl.
I don't even like anime, but
No, that's
I
not
saw
anime.
that.
That's bullshit. Who has my Crunchyroll account watching Berserk all the time?
Okay, I like Berserk.
Speaking
You
of
like
giving
Goblin
away,
Slayer?
speaking of
like
giving
Goblin
away,
Slayer.
when I go to Clericon later in the year, Bear's going to get all of this.
Nice.
Oh my
man.
god! Seriously?
Is that the Marvel system?
Wow, that is a fortune, dude. That is a freaking fortune.
It cost me £23 plus on eBay. I put a £25 bid, and no one else bid on it.
Really?
And I got the whole
Nice.
lot.
Wow.
It was only 5 or 6 years ago.
Oh, well, that's
I'm-
why.
To
That's why.
admit that I never
Yeah.
liked the
If
Marvel
you go right
system,
now,
so-
that's about $1,000. That's about $1,000.
No.
So
Yep.
I don't understand people's love of the Marvel system. I pretty much always hated it. As a matter of fact, the worst thing about Star Frontiers is if you want to play with the Zebulon's Guide, it uses that stupid Marvel system. 3rd edition Gamma World used that stupid ass Marvel system.
Mhm.
It's like I hate that.
Wow, dude.
I would much rather use the standard. My last pistol skill is 53, so I got to roll under a 53.
I'm working on getting my passport so I can make it up to Clericon if I'm healthy enough.
You got to have a passport to go to Canada now?
Yeah.
That's stupid. You didn't used to have to back in the day.
Yeah, but it's only like it's closer to Canada for me than it is to Florida.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, back when we used to go across the bridge, I think
Dude,
to Windsor,
you're holding
wherever it
a
was,
month's mortgage right there. Not even joking. I'm
It
not
was
even
like-
joking. I've been pricing that shit. Seriously. Bear is gonna owe you a big ass favor one of these days.
well,
I'm not
he is a
using it.
bear.
I know he'll use it, and I know he really likes the system.
Oh
so,
yeah, he's a huge fan of superheroes.
Superhero stuff. Yeah.
yeah.
I'm a big
Hey,
superhero
there's
fan
Dave.
as well,
What's up?
but I never owned that. Actually, I did own it back in the 90s, and I put it up on eBay. And of course, anything I put on eBay, I usually regret 10 years down the road.
We got 2 nerds coming in back to back, a nerd's nerd and a nerdy ogre.
Nerdy Ogre, what's up,
Nerds.
my bro?
What's up, guys?
Well, a nerd's not really a nerd because I don't think they let nerds join the Marines.
You know, I'm sitting here thinking, John, The first time that I was ever on your show, I was so starstruck that I really couldn't talk. And shit, I was like, holy shit, I'm on Yo Geek show. This is cool. This is the coolest thing ever. And now we're like goofing off together all the time. It's
Well,
kind of funny.
I remember telling you, Hungar, that if you really wanted to see somebody do a really good review of AD&D modules, who to check out.
Yep.
Because I've done reviews of AD&D modules, but I'll sit here and say, hand raised to heaven, that he does them better. Because I'll be like, this is Lost Tombs Asajj Cam, and I really like it, especially this part here and that. But you have a tendency to actually lay it out in a lot better format, I think. I'm too
Thank you.
what do they call that? Train of thought, or not train of thought,
Scatterbrain?
Yeah, kind of like that, but there's a name for it where you just talk about whatever enters into your brain. Stream of conscience.
Stream of consciousness. Yeah.
I'm very stream
my
of conscious.
My first few reviews were very stream of consciousness, and I realized, hang on, no, I've got to make them a little bit more structured.
Yeah, but I'm not saying I'm not a fan now, because obviously I am a fan of the Yo Geek show. But like I said, the first time that I was ever on it, I was all like, wow, I'm on the man's show.
Well, yeah, we're all that way. Like the first time you actually, I might have actually, if you think about, did I call you the day that Dungeon Minister, not Dungeon Minister, Dungeon Professor and I were talking?
Yeah, and you called me the day.
Guess
You called me and you said you're like, dude, I was on the Dungeon Minister, you know. And I was like, holy shit.
Razor Fist gave me a shout out during one of his live streams. I was like, holy shit. Razor Fist, that guy's got like 1 million subscribers. That was a big one for me because so many people who are on my channel now say that they came here from Razor Fist. So
Double D's
like my channel because I talked about BattleTech.
Double D's a big one for me, and he gives me a shout out every week.
Well, you know.
And he actually was on my show earlier, like in the chat. And I'm like, haha, I got Double D.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
And he bought one of my t-shirts.
Well, I bought like 3 or 4 of your t-shirts, so I don't want to hear it.
I bought you one of my t-shirts.
And you bought me one, yeah. But the Dune ones I had to have. And I can't wait to see Dune Part 2.
Yeah.
And one of my favorite movie critics, the Drunken Critic or whatever.
Oh, he's great. He was on Benny Johnson the other day.
The
he
critical
said
drinker.
that the second Dune was actually really good.
The critical drinker.
Critical drinker, Scottish guy.
Not perfect, but he said it's good.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty happy because, you know, I like the first one all right. The only complaint I have is that Channing should have red hair and that Liet Kynes was obviously an old white guy.
You know what's funny?
If you overlook those two things, the movie's beautiful.
Madam Web, they put out one day on historic, the t-shirt of the historian. He was showing like one night or one day at the theater. Madam Web only made $150. Like for all 4 showings.
I think people are getting sick of superheroes.
Yeah. But he had this little clip. I'm just gonna show it because it's freaking hilarious and I like it. Let's see.
I'm putting together Englishmen that are pretending to be Frenchmen. The old geek.
That's sacrilegious.
Yeah, they're Bretonian archers.
Right. Okay.
They're obviously British. They even have British war hats on and longbows, but they're Bretonians. And then the Empire are obviously German. So it's like,
we spent a good 200 odd years having constant fisticuffs with the French around that time.
Oh, that's all you guys did back then was just fight with the
Yeah.
French. It's like, hey, let's fight with the French.
And
Ain't got
the Scots
nothing
and the
going
Welsh.
on. Ain't got nothing going on. Let's fight with the French today.
And then the Scots and the Welsh as well.
Well, yeah.
Evil realm divided into 3 kingdoms that have been at war for 1,000 years. Want to explore the exotic serpent clan who serve the southern kingdom of Darwin? Well, be introduced to a mix of Caucasian, Black, Asian, and Latino people you would find in relative proportion in
Not
metropolitan.
this again.
What about the Raven clan that defends the northern kingdom of Prussia, a place where the inhabitants are the same mix of Caucasian, Black, Asian, and Latino in relative proportion to metropolitan
What
Los
is this?
Finally, take a journey to the mysterious far-off kingdom of Zintrea, where the folk are the same mix of Caucasian, Black, Asian, and Latino in relative proportion to metropolitan Los Angeles. But don't care, if you still have a yearning for exotic medieval fantasy, then embark on a journey of escapist epic adventure in Willow, set in the ancient kingdom of Ter Azlin, where the folk are the same mix of Caucasian, Black, in relative proportion to metropolitan Los Angeles. And from there, be swept away in the
so
grand
ridiculous
fantasy spectacle of the
and
Lord of the
insulting
Rings,
at
the
the same
Rings of
time.
Power, where the insular island society of Numenor is made up of a mix of Caucasian, Black, Asian, and Latino people in relative proportion to metropolitan Los Angeles. Then be swept forth to the distant and utterly different geography and climate of the Southland, a pastoral folk made up of exactly the same mix of Caucasian, Black, Asian, and Latino people in relative proportion to metropolitan Los Angeles.
Yeah.
That's just hilarious to me.
Picard was a Frenchman portrayed by an Englishman. That's true. And Kirk was an American portrayed by an American. So there you
He's
go.
Canadian.
Was he Canadian?
Yeah, Leonard Nimoy.
He's still Canadian.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's still kicking, ain't he?
Well, he's still Canadian.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
he's still alive.
The Shat is Canadian.
So he's a Canadian pretending to be an American from Illinois.
Iowa.
Was it Iowa?
I've been to the future home of James T. Kirk in Iowa. They have a big monument there.
And Scotty was a Scotsman, and Chekhov was the Russian. And Sulu, of course, is a Japanese guy.
The resident douchebag.
Not during the show, though. You didn't know he was a douchebag until Twitter. Once Twitter came out, you started realizing who the douchebag was.
No. All you got to do is rewatch Mirror Mirror. You could just see it. He was just.
Rewatch it. I've never watched it the first time.
Oh,
I've never seen any of this.
Mirror Mirror is the best Trek episode of all time. What are you talking about?
Oh,
For me, I mean, I only ever really saw Star Trek at getting in on a Friday night, Saturday morning at 2 a.m. drunk as a student, and it being the only thing on telly, and we'd sit there and just go. It was either that or sumo wrestling, which used to be shown at the same sort of time.
we always watched Magnum PI late at night. Me
That would
and
be a hard
James.
choice. Hey, what's up, Justin?
Justin, what's up, homie? Yeah,
I sent you a link.
Come in super drunk and put on like Channel 44 and watch Magnum PI, The Fall Guy, Simon and Simon.
I got a story to tell you guys one of
The
these
one
days.
with Pierce Brosnan, where he's working with the woman and he's kind of, is he a spy or ain't he?
Remington Steele.
Yeah.
Yeah, Remington Steele. I mean, there was that whole slew of things that you could watch. And Benny Hill at 11 o'clock every Friday night, the Benny Hill Show.
Splendid.
My grandpa
Bit of yakety sax always brightens the mood.
Yeah, our grandfather would let us stay up and watch Benny Hill with him.
And you always had the big breasted chicks chasing him all around. And you could tell it was sped up and add that music that
That tune's called Yakety Sax.
Oh, man.
How do you know that and why?
Because he's from the UK, and that's where Benny Hill's from.
Yeah, but
And they did a biopic on Benny Hill, and apparently the guy was just a good guy.
Yeah.
Like his whole life, he was just a good guy. And he never lived like a billionaire. He lived like in the same little house.
No,
and
he
everything.
had the massive rich condo, and only ever used the front room for it. Like
It's just like
the
a
coat room.
normal dude almost.
He had his whole house in the coat room.
Yeah.
But no,
That
I know
is
that's
93 soon. Damn.
I know that sort of thing.
Yeah,
I've been writing and hosting pub quizzes, general knowledge pub quizzes for the last 27 years. So that's come up a few
Well, that's
times.
why you know them.
That's why I know that. Yeah. I'm
Yeah,
very
I
sad.
surprised our pub quiz a couple months ago in geography because I knew where what the capital of Haiti or Dominican Republic was. They're like, what is Port-au-Prince or whatever? And I was like, isn't that
Port-au-Prince.
Port-au-Prince? Yeah. And I was like,
You
that's
only-
the capital of Dominican Republic, and everybody's like, how do you know that? And I was like, I don't
Because
know.
you play Sid Meier's Pirates.
Sid Meier's Pirates, probably. Yep,
Yes.
probably Sid Meier's Pirates.
Because Sid Meier's
Rated
Pirates,
that shit as an English buccaneer a time or two.
Sid Meier's Pirates is geographically correct.
Because
It is
it's Spanish.
Yeah.
My favorite thing was even if you are allied with the French, you're cruising around in whatever ship you got and you see a French frigate,
Take that frigate.
take that frigate, and then you just get that thing all done up with like triple cots and freaking copper plated hull. And then it's like, okay, now it's time to make the whole Caribbean pay for everything they ever did to anybody. Because I've got a frigate, which I guess isn't a third rate. It's just below a third rate warship. But anyway, Danny DeVito played nothing but assholes, but is said to be one of the nicest guys ever. That makes sense.
So anyway, I started blasting.
Anyway, because a lot of people don't know this, but Bob Ross was a drill instructor in the Air Force for many, many years, and he swore to himself when he got out of the Air Force he'd never raise his voice again. And that's part of why Bob Ross is the way he is.
He started painting because he was on like some door guard duty or something like that.
Well, he met a World War II vet who fought for the Germans when he was in Alaska. And this German dude taught him the whole idea of painting the canvas with a very thin layer of clear, because then it would make it easier to do the blending and stuff. So he basically apprenticed under this German painter who was brought to America because when he got captured, instead of sending him to Stalin, since he was a good painter, an army officer is like, nah, you're coming home. Brought his ass home.
Hey guys, I got
settled in
bound.
Alaska.
Good hanging out with you, but I gotta.
You got your show coming up soon, and you got to cook dinner.
Yeah.
James Doohan lost a finger in World War II. James Doohan.
See you later,
Scotty.
Shadow. Yeah. Scotty lost his pinky.
I'm assuming he probably fought for the Commonwealth since he's Canadian.
Yep.
So
I think he was
in a lot of old American westerns.
John, are you ready for the next?
Or whatever.
Are you ready for the next freaking Palladium game?
Yeah, well, yeah. Whenever it happens,
Yeah, we're gonna die.
We can
No,
go into it with a negative attitude.
no.
Well, my character has basically, I bring nothing to the table.
So, like real life.
Yeah, I can't heal. I'm not a fighter. I drink and I shake my stick at people.
And yet, the last 3 or 4 videos I've watched of Shauner, he's constantly talking about how you're the only one at the table who knows how to role play.
I don't see that. I mean, the last game that we played, I just made fun of
And I'm
John's
sitting there like,
character.
I need to watch one of these videos and see what's going on. Because, praise from Shauner, that's rare indeed.
I thought he was trolling me at first.
No,
Yeah,
he's
so
not
did I.
trolling you.
No, Shauner. Shauner is a troll.
He is a troll, but he's not trolling because when he saw you and me play Conan, he's like, "No, Hungar is a pretty good role player."
Mm.
He I noticed he's started ignoring my videos now that after I clapped back at him and took the piss out of him.
Mm.
Yeah, he does that. I don't know why. I'm not going to defend him.
He's on block.
Let him be him, live his best life. Personally, I like the guy okay, but I think he blocked me because he sent me a private message and I didn't respond for like 2 days. So
Which is normal.
He unfriended and blocked me, and it's like, dude, I was not even at home. So,
The last game that we played, I spent the entire game trying to convince John's character that his armor was rusty. Because something happened, and I beat that horse to death, man. Like,
Yeah. But I played into it as well. I was there.
yeah. When some guy he was at the at the smithy, and the guy one of the guys looked at his armor and was like, and tapped his like shoulder piece and says, "Yeah, this armor, it wasn't made right. It's fragile." So he comes back to the camp and he asks one of the other knights, he's like, "Is there something wrong with my armor?" So like the entire game, I was like, "Is that a crack in the back of your armor? Oh, wait, here's a little bit of rust. Let me wipe that off for you." And he just played into it. He was like, "There's nothing wrong with my armor." And that was like the whole freaking game.
That's why you need to enamel it.
But it was a lot. And then when it started raining, I really went off.
I mean, I'm guilty. I paint the armor on a lot of my figures metallic, but historically, like, let's look at these guys. I think these are either Saxons or Herdmen. So Vikings, their armor really should be black because the smithing process would put a coating of carbon on the metal.
Dude, everybody knows that's Braveheart, nerdy.
So these are Saxons, though, which it's not real easy to tell between a Saxon and a Viking, except by what they have on their shield. If they've got a Pi Epsilon, they're probably Saxons or a cross, and if they have like runes or some shit like that, then they're probably Vikings. Because they just wore the same stuff, a lot of them in that era. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of the war game Saga, but it's a good war game.
Wouldn't John be a Saxon?
Saxons ruled. Well, no, it depends on his family line. He's either a Saxon, a Norman, or some convoluted combination of the both.
The guy's a poor angle.
I've never had my DNA checked, but my mother went back through the family tree and found out that basically all sides of my family.
You're not French, are you?
As far as we could find, all sides of my family have lived within sort of like a 40-mile diameter area for the last 200 odd years. So
must be a good area.
Might be.
We're from the middle, right in the middle of Britain, and we've been in the middle of Britain since the beginning of the 19th century.
So like Metalsea? Did they used to call it the Kingdom of Metalsea?
Mercia.
Mercia, that's north of what I'm thinking of then.
Yeah, Mercia.
Mercia, yeah.
Mercia.
The area around Birmingham.
Right.
Birmingham, Worcester.
We've got Birmingham.
They got a nice sauce there, don't they?
Worcester, yes.
Somebody posted
Worcestershire.
It was the best of Shires. It was and it just had a picture of a bottle of Worcestershire sauce. The Worcestershire.
Worcestershire sauce. Worcester.
Yeah, which is not vegan because it's made with fish.
It's got fish, yeah. Fish in it, yeah.
Yeah. I've read the ingredients. I was like, damn, did these guys just like dump everything that they had?
Well, it turned out when they originally made it, they hated it. and then they forgot it like in a basement. And they came back
Yeah.
like years later and they took a taste of it and they're like, damn, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
It just needed the age.
Yeah.
So
But did Guinness wasn't suitable for vegetarians until recently, and they had to change the recipe because it had some fish extract in it originally.
did it.
Yeah,
Why did they change the recipe?
so that vegans can drink it.
Yes.
Vegans need to stay off of my beer.
And my planet.
I have a niece that's a vegan, and sometimes I remind her that really being a vegan, that is like the most upper middle class white girl bullshit ever. Because like if you go anywhere in the world except for possibly India, you're not going to run into vegans. You know, I mean, and the Indians at least have a reason. It's part of their religious conviction, right?
Mm-hmm.
But here in America, if you're like a Russian girl who goes to a Russian church, but you're a vegan, that's just who are you trying to impress?
Well, how are you supposed to be able to take the sacrament?
Wine is vegan, I think.
Yes, but the body of Christ.
Oh,
is
the bread. Yeah, the pasta roast is made with freaking eggs.
Yeah, it's all of those
someone-
special.
so-
All of those special diets, if it's not for medical or religion thing, that is just up.
Because we
This
don't
is
use
middle
bacon,
class white girl.
Justin.
Well,
The
it's
priest's
supposed to.
wife actually bakes the big loaf of bread with a brass seal on top of it, and then the center part where the brass seal was is taken out and ripped up and put into the cup, and then the wine is poured in. So when you go up to receive communion, you get a spoonful that is wine and bread. But
It's
no
like
wafers. There's no wafers.
you see those kids or you see those people say, "I'm a pescatarian. I only eat seafood." It's like, bitch, you know how expensive seafood is.
What's
Speaking
funny
of
is,
wines, this
like-
is very nice if you like wine.
19 Crimes.
It's an Australian red. It's very nice.
19 crimes, not as many crimes as it took to get sent to Australia. About 18 more than it actually took, but still.
Mhm.
My wife was watching this show called The Canadian Farm or the Australian Farmer Needs a Wife. And I was amazed at how good looking Australians are.
Yeah, but that accent, I couldn't do it.
At least all of them on the show were super attractive.
Well,
I was like,
you're looking for a wife. They're not supposed to talk anyway, so.
They're all tall and athletic and tanned.
oh yeah, every one of them was like looking like the guy who plays Thor, who himself is Australian.
Yeah.
And it's like, I was just like, wow. It makes you realize how fat we are as Americans when you see other countries. And like, it's like, here's 33 people just randomly off the street and none of them are obese. And you're just like, oh my God, you couldn't get 33. It's like walk into a Walmart and just hold on.
And Nerds Nerd was all about the Perth ladies from Australia.
Yeah, I think the Navy and therefore the Marines do put into port in Australia if you're part of the Pacific Fleet or something. I only know that because I dated somebody who was in the Navy for a little while.
Yeah.
Well, they
Yeah,
were
he
in the
was-
Navy for a long while, but I only dated them for a little while. And it was a girl before any of you guys say anything.
Yeah,
I thought Dustin's mind just rolling. I was like, I better cut him off. Yeah, she fixed the exploding bolts that separated the
I was going to say.
the pilot
Now we know.
seat, like
Now,
on the F-114 or whatever.
yeah.
When they had to eject, it was her job to make sure the seat would actually eject.
I was going to say. Now we know why a Nerds Nerd is into women. Different gay joke. Different gay
No,
joke.
because she's a Marine.
No, because you
Marines, they kill shit. The Marines, they kill shit and they sleep with chicks. It don't matter what frickin' gender you are. You're a Marine. You kill shit and you sleep with chicks.
It's like in Aliens when they're talking about those Arcturians. And the one guy says, but the one you got was a guy. And he's like, when it's Arcturian, it don't matter.
Yeah, nerd agrees with me. Marines kill shit, eat crayons, and steal your girl.
What's the best flavor of crayon then?
Purple.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because you
I
tried.
asked her that one time, and she says it depends on what you're having, you know, your mood. Certain crayons taste different.
It's like, what kind of crayon goes best with red wine?
Yeah, nerds, what kind of crayon goes best with red wine?
I bet you it's blue.
I had always thought that almost all Marines were of the homosexual type, but my nephew's actually dating a Marine captain, and it's a girl. Even though I had to question him a few times about it, I was like, "Are you sure you're dating a girl?" I mean, she's a Marine, and you're in the
That just makes sense. You've seen those shorts with that one military guy, and the Marine is always all about the Navy dude.
Yeah, and the Navy dude's just a total slut.
Glitter purple is the best for red wine.
And the bestest boy of all is the Coast Guard guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's the goodest boy.
And the most dangerous boy is the freaking Space Force because he's just crazy.
I like the guy with the doll hands on his fingers.
That's the
Space
Space
Force.
Force guy. And he's always talking to a potato.
Mhm.
He's like,
They're going to go to a fight, and like the Air Force brings a cheer, and freaking Coast Guard has nunchucks made out of like flippers, and Space Force shows up with a freaking rifle with a grenade launcher on the bottom of it. And they're like, "No, we're not going to kill him." It's like, "No, this is just a bat." The Army guy shows up with a Marine on a leash.
yeah.
I don't know if you've seen this. It's a YouTube short thing. Some American guy has.
Yeah, I think his last name is Fuentes.
I haven't seen it.
I hope it's not Nick.
It's not Nick. This guy was a medic in the Army, spent a bunch of time over in Afghanistan. And he's always making fun of all the branches, including the Army.
What you do? What you do?
What you do?
Mhm.
Yep, he's funny. He's funny.
So, James, there. When did you get a waifu?
I printed her out a little while back, and I've been working on painting her over the last week or so. Her name is, let me look at my computer at the STL. I'm not sure what she's from. You could probably tell me.
I think it's Bubblegum Crisis.
I'm not 100% sure. Let's go to desktop. I know it starts with Shinobu.
Means nothing to me.
No, it's
Okay.
nothing to me either.
Yeah, it means nothing to me either. I just saw it and thought, I'm going to 3D print that.
Now there is a guy that does the characters from Bubblegum Crisis coming out of their body armor.
Yeah, Corvus Belli actually does miniatures for their war game Infinity. And some of them have like the lady pilots kind of with the hatch open on their walkers or whatever.
Yeah.
And they're all like Battletech. I mean, most of the women that pilot mechs are either naked or wearing like a sports bra and panties. Because the cockpit of a mech gets so freaking hot.
Yeah.
Battle, and the men are wearing like, barely anything.
Short
like
shorts and
cooling
fishnet
vests,
shirts.
maybe. So it is what it is.
Yep.
I have a question. I've been told there are nearly only two branches of military, Army and Navy.
What is Space Force? Well, I don't know. I don't think anyone knows what Space Force is, but it does exist. It's a real thing.
Space Force is a thing Orange Man Bad created to say he was doing something with space, because every president says they're doing something with space and then do dick all.
Okay.
So he actually did something. He created some the bureaucratic nightmare.
Apparently, they're basically the Air Force, except more space related.
Yeah.
And the Marine Corps, no, the Marine Corps are under Department of Navy, but I mean, when I was in Iraq, I mean, we had a Marine unit to our right. So when we were advancing into Iraq, there was a Marine unit to the right of us. So I remember doing, like, training with them and feeling terrible for them because all of their equipment sucked. Of course,
And they're still,
what would it have been, 90, 91?
yeah, it was in the 90s.
Yeah, they had like Vietnam era everything. And we're fooling around in M1A1s and freaking Bradley A2s and shit like that. And these guys are still got M60 tanks.
Well, and the Pacific Theater, the Marines were just screwed with the weapons that they had over there. They're using World War I weapons.
Yeah, and I don't get it because they're an elite branch. So you would think they would get the best gear, but they don't.
They get what they order.
They get whatever the Army gives them.
Mm-hmm. A nerd, can you do me a favor and check Cults 3D to see if it's up? Because I just tried opening it and I'm getting a 404.
For what, Hungar?
No, just the website generally.
Yeah, they've been having a problem. I don't know if somebody's trying to take them down. Because to be fair, they do have a lot of stuff on there that looks awful similar to certain miniature company's product.
Looking similar is not a crime.
Yeah, but dead on is.
Yeah, a friend of mine's having an issue with his channel at the moment because a piece of free music that he's been using as his intro music now apparently sounds like a song that's just been released.
So now they're going back on it.
They're going back. Yes, it's a 5 or 6 year old piece of music that he's using as his intro music, and because it sounds like a song that's recently come out, allegedly, it's been copyright claimed.
Yeah,
it's down right now. Nerd said, but they did do a announcement.
I got copyright claimed by that Russian band I love so much, Atavio. So I sent them a message and I said, "Why did you copyright claim me?" And they sent me a message back saying we didn't. So then I had to send a message to YouTube and be like, "Why did you copyright claim me?" Because the band says they didn't. You know, it was a whole mess because we were trying to go between like 2 different languages and all this and that. It's like,
it's probably a bot.
HK417s are good rifles. They're good rifles. I like them.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm glad you guys finally got some good rifles, because when I was in Iraq, the Marines that I trained with were still using like M16 A1s, like from Vietnam and shit. And it was just, and like I said, M60s and LAVs. And it was just like, we had all the high end gear and they had all like, and it's like, wow. It's down. No, but they did announce server changes recently. Okay.
Man, I hate to do this, but it's getting about supper time for me.
Well, you can wait. One of my closest bros that I hang out with on a weekly basis is an ex-Marine rifleman. So I make it a point of always pointing out that he's under the Department of the Navy, because that's how you do if you're in the Army.
Look at this fool right out here telling me I can wait to eat.
You can wait. I got corned beef and cabbage on the stove. I've been waiting for you.
He is hungry. He is hungry.
I've got a corned beef brisket with cabbage, carrot.
red tomatoes, or not
Ooh.
tomatoes, potatoes, which I won't eat. I mean, we're doing it up.
You hate the Irish that much?
I just try to avoid the carbs because I hate being diabetic.
I prefer the
Oh,
white.
look what I found earlier, Hunger.
Oh, nice.
It's the Metal Marauder model that Ironwind Miniatures put out that exchanged the AC5 for 2 SRM6s.
Yep.
Ooh. I got pizza on the way.
I just downloaded Pirates again on my computer to play.
The new one.
Sid Meier's.
If you're not a master of waltzing, you suck ass.
Oh, I go after the French chicks because you know what they like to do.
Take all your money.
Smoke.
Well, they did invent a certain thing.
Did they invent it?
Yeah. If they didn't invent it, they perfected it.
I
Onion
watched
soup.
a French movie the other night.
Passing STDs around.
Oral sex.
As Above, So Below.
Mm.
It's the one
Yeah.
where they go into the French catacombs looking for like a treasure, but instead they find hell,
Yeah.
and then like
Um,
everyone dies.
Bear told me about a French movie that I really want to find. It's called D'Artagnan. It's a Musketeers movie in French, and it's supposed to be just like top
A
notch.
nerd's nerd, yeah. I mean, the AC5 is okay because it's got the range, but really, you're right. It's like the AC2. It's you harass people with it, but the problem is the ammo.
Yeah, if
You
it
get
gets
ammo
hit,
in the AC5 or the SRM6 thing, and you're not
Boosh.
playing a later era where you can have case. You just pick that mech up. It's done. But I agree. The AC5. I like the House Merrick or Free Worlds League version, which has the large lasers instead of PPCs, and
Every time
lasers and more heat sinks.
every time we talk about BattleTech, somebody always named James gonna bring up House Merrick.
I'm just telling you, I don't know what these things you keep calling mechs are. None of them are Highlanders, man.
I own no BattleTech whatsoever, so I have no idea what you're.
All you need to know is the best mech is called the Highlander.
No.
And
No.
and everything else is a pile of dog turd.
A
And,
Highlander will get curb stomped by freaking
I've
Atlas
never seen it happen.
every day, all day. There's just nothing you can do about it.
You keep telling yourself that.
Well, if you're playing a 3025 Highlander with an AC20 against an Atlas with its LRM20 and double large lasers, yeah, prepare to get cooked.
A nerd says it the best right here.
Free Worlds League is pretty cool. Shame they don't do anything but fight the free. That's true. It's one civil war after another with the Free Worlds League.
Well, you know how you fight a war with the Free Worlds League, right?
You stand back and watch it.
Yeah, you stand back and watch.
They do two things actually. They fight civil wars and they take worlds away from House Lao.
Yeah.
That's
They're too
basically-
afraid. They're too afraid to mess with the good houses like Coretta.
No, they actually held Steiner when Steiner thought they'd do a big invasion. Steiner got stopped right. Boom.
Taking worlds away from House Lao is not a thing to brag about. A light breeze
Wow.
can do it.
Look at nerds. She's like,
Highlander versus default Atlas. If we're talking 3025, no. If you're talking the Highlander with the Gauss rifle, then it gets iffy. Because I mean, if the Gauss rifle gets a hit to the head, that's a dead Atlas. That's a dead anything. 15
Yeah,
points
well.
to the head, dead.
Yes, that's.
But if you're
that's
talking
how,
about mechs with AC20s, all that Atlas has to do is stay away from the Highlander, which it can because it's just
Well,
the same speed.
every time we
And
play,
large laser LRM20.
every time we play, you always end up shooting my heavy mech in the head, like round 1 or 2.
732
because he
with the
cheats.
dogs. Yeah. The old school Comguard or Terran Hegemony. Yeah, with the Gauss, that's a little bit different.
Gauss. It's German.
Is it
Gauss.
Gauss?
Yes, it's Gauss.
But guess who's not German?
Me.
The
Me?
word is. The word
Gauss.
is. No, that's at the end of a Q-tip.
The default Atlas got 2 large lasers also, an AC-20 and an LRM-20, and 4 medium lasers, 2 pointing back. I think it's got SRM-6 too. No, sir, she says. Wow.
Whoa, the gauntlet is thrown down.
The Marines are throwing down over here. Okay. She could be right. She could be right. Let me look.
She is a BattleTech nerd.
Is she a BattleTech nerd?
Yeah, that's what she does.
That's her thing.
Damn, my respect for her grows daily.
Well, I've got a bow as well. My pizza's practically on its way here.
Enjoy your pizza.
I will see you guys later.
No, that's Traveler.
Jesus.
That's an old book right there.
She says AC-24 mediums, SRM-6, LRM-20.
Yeah, long range.
missiles. Okay, I must be thinking of a different model or something.
Okay, party on, everybody.
Party on, Justin.
Thanks for dropping in. I must be thinking of a different model, nerd. And if I am, then I apologize and bow to your greater knowledge on the subject. Even though I'm still taking the Atlas.
There is a Korea Draconis Combine variant with 2 large lasers that is pretty neat because Draconis Combine is the best house.
Draconis Combine? No, Merrick.
Yeah, America's the best at fighting themselves.
Yeah, I always describe House Merrick or the Free Worlds League as like Yugoslavia, but in space. And I mean Yugoslavia in the 80s, not now.
I always describe them as the Irish and the English in one.
Except House Merrick has got Sikh Indian, Balkans, so Serbs and all that bunch is there. Russians from the Tikhonov province. I mean, it's really cosmopolitan, which is why they're always fighting wars with each other. Because it's like, the Russians will get uppity and go against Andorians and, but it's basically Yugoslavia, like right after it broke up and they all decided to kill each other, except in space.
Yeah.
The only one of this type of game I have any familiarity with is Car Wars.
Oh.
Beetling things around a map, blasting each other.
Yeah, Car Wars is great. And if you love Car Wars, you should check out Gaslands, which is like Car Wars, but better in every way.
Gaslands,
that's fun stuff. And James is a master at modding Matchbox cars.
Wait, what?
Modding Matchbox cars. He's got so many Matchbox cars set up for Gaslands.
Gaslands uses Matchbox cars, so it's cheaper to play unless you're playing with little cutout paper ones that we played with. But
yeah, that's what I've got.
And so like the other day I was at the store and I found a Fiat 500 Sport Matchbox car. So of course I had to bring it home and drill it apart and take it apart and put a driver in it and do it all up, put different tires on it, put a machine gun on it.
A spike dropper on the back or something.
Well, I used to own a Fiat 500 Sport, and I loved it. Manual transmission. That thing, the faster you went, the better it handled. Mm-hmm. I don't know if that's a European or Italian thing, but at 40 miles an hour, it would be kind of whatever. But once you got to about 80 or 90, that thing would just sit down and zip.
Well, it'll have a sports suspension on it, so it's designed to be driven hard.
Yeah, and it had the big red button on it that said sports steering versus non. So if you hit,
I am on an Arctic expedition. I've moved my computer into my attic, and there's no heating up here. So yes, it is rather chilly. It's not quite Canada chilly, but it is quite chilly.
Yeah, the Abarth. I didn't have the Abarth. I had the 500 Sport. The Abarth was like the next step up. That's the one that's got the Scorpion on it. And those are really fast.
And I used to race
12K
for the car.
I mean, you probably know I used to race cars, but my little car was not very powerful, but it was designed to handle, and I raced in forests, so it was all sliding on gravel roads through woodlands, missing ditches and stuff.
We did that in Kentucky for fun, just everyday driving.
You tell somebody you're driving around in a car that's like got a 4-cylinder engine, and they think a thing, but then they don't realize, yeah, it's got a 4-cylinder engine, but the car weighs like 800 pounds. So now that 4-cylinder is actually not pushing much weight, and it's fast.
And then you get the 4-cylinder with the turbo in it.
Well, you
and they're
remember
like,
Porsche, you had that 914?
Yeah.
That thing was zippy too.
That thing would fly if it had wings. That little bastard was fast.
What's funny is the Porsche 914 was made at the Volkswagen plant, and the Volkswagen Carmen Ghia was made at the Porsche plant.
Yeah, the car, yeah.
So it makes no sense. I don't even know what I'm looking for. I believe Nerd's Nerd is right. I believe he's right.
And I really need to eat. I'm getting like wonky headed.
I'm just going
to John. It looks great on you.
Cheers. This was my little car. This was my little car. That's me driving.
Look at that.
What is that?
It's a Nissan Micra.
We don't even have those over here.
But yeah, that's me driving.
That's a cool little car.
It's like everybody in Saudi Arabia had one of those white Toyota trucks. I don't know if they just gave them away for free over there or what, but they all had them.
Look at John, like kicking up the dust.
Yeah. That picture was taken 11 years ago.
Drifting around the freaking curve, man.
Tokyo drifting.
Yeah, he's like UK drifting. He's on a dirt road.
Got campaign operations. I don't think that's going to help us, though.
All right, guys, I'm going to end it here. Thanks for coming on and watching.
All right.
Peace, love, and chicken grease. It's dinner time. I'm going to have some steak.
I'm going to have some cabbage.
Enjoy.
I'm going to have some red meat.
And I'm going to admit that Nerd's Nerd is right. She's right. The basic AS7, she's probably 100% right on that one.
All right, everybody. Have a good one.
All right.
Thanks for coming on.
See ya.
Shut up.